Which is which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. How would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Okay, how will the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforests of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
About how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this would help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought forth, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western Region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Amado Bello, former Premier of the Northern Region. They thought, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only the British intention for the country. This is thinking about.
And a very good morning and welcome to the morning section of the program. Mokiwa DBT Etin Darapot Etin Wowa Etin Bowa. I say good morning and welcome once again to the breakfast show. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and as you look, it is 19th December 2022, Monday, 14 minutes past 7 a.m. from London, as we continue to bring to you all the news, updates, and everything we need to know as we are in the activation mode of the Super Rally. Moki gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá tó ń bẹ nílé tó ń bẹ lóko, as we say all the time, kò dìgbà tí wàhálà bá dé ní atómama sáré káàkiri. In tó lè gbà wá sílẹ̀ nínú wàhálà tí a wà nínú ẹ̀, òun náà ni pé ní àsìkò tí à ń sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń rò pé ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó wà nílẹ̀ kò kan àwọn, bó ṣe kan ẹ̀mí náà ló kan ìwọ, bẹ́ẹ̀ ló kan gbogbo wa pátápátá. Orúkọ tèmi ni Olayomi Koiki, tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí koikimedia. Mo kí wa pé a kú ojúmọ́, a kú ìmúra fún gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń lọ sí Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ láàárọ̀ yìí. A máa wà ní Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Good morning to you, Chike Maso Victoria, all hail Biafra. Good morning and welcome. A kí gbogbo wa tí à ń lọ sí Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ fún àwọn tó ti wà lọ́nà. 2 days activation in Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. We'll be discussing more on that this morning. And on Thursday, we are coming back to Parali, which was on the 14th day of December. It will be almost a week in the next 48 hours. And as we continue to say to everyone, it's our responsibility láti make sure pé this is the only opportunity that we can use to speak the language that the government understand. But if we fail to do so, it will have a very, very big impact on every single one of us. So it is very, very important pé kí gbogbo wa ká jáde bí wọ́n ti ṣe sọ fún wa pé ká jáde. As we are saying to the international community that we, the Yorubas and the Biafras and the remaining ethnic groups, will not sit back where our communities are being attacked and our people are being killed frequently. Probably maybe you are not aware, in Enugu yesterday, over 100 Fulanis went into a community at about 8 o'clock in the morning and killed as many people as they can kill. In Ogun State, a letter has already been dropped, and I warn those in Ogun State, pé kẹ́ múra dáadáa, torí pé if we fail to understand the danger that we are telling you, you would also be caught inside. This also was one of those that committed a lot of crime in Yoruba land in Ogun State. This Fulani guy, as you can see his face. At least from the information gathered on this report on him, Orayepa, at least 2 people were killed, and money was given for those that were also kidnapped. And part of how we are going to stop all this mess is what we are telling our people, that the super rally that we have called, if anyone failed to activate along with us, the consequence of that will be felt should we not take advantage of that. And this is why I'm so far on your way. We have the right to self-determination, but nobody is going to come and give you that right. It is an easy thing to say that we have the right to self-determination. But if we don't activate it, nobody is going to give it to us. Not even America or any of the superpower. But by coming out, as we have done in Ogun State on Saturday, and other states will be the same along, it will give us the edge to complete the mission to rescue ourselves from the danger tí gbogbo wa wà nínú ẹ̀, because we are all in danger. Whether you agree with us or not, nobody can rectify the problem of Nigeria, and there are so many reasons that back that. None of the politicians can fix Nigeria. They can tell you that they will fix Nigeria, but that is definitely all lies. Even those that think that this politician will fix your problem, Look at the debt that Governor 419 that left Osun State left for the incoming governor. Almost close to 400 billion naira debt. So all those of you jubilating in Osun State, I only pity you, because already, as we have told you, a lot of you are already in danger, and none of your governors will be able to pay your salaries, will be able to secure you, because rather these are people that have left a lot of debt. So gbogbo àwa tí à ń pariwo pé ká jáde kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, we have a lot of our reasons for saying so. But one thing I can tell every one of us is, if you're expecting that anybody is coming to help you, nobody is coming to secure our life for us. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé ẹ káàárọ̀ níbikíbi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wa, tí ẹ ti ń wò wá. Let me quickly go through some of the headlines and then we'll come back fully into the conversation. We have not got time this morning to read any of your comments, but if we realize that you are probably still trying to distract us, we will definitely have no other option than to remove you without notification. So in case you probably miss yourself on the broadcast, it's probably maybe because you don't understand that we are no longer waiting for you to tell us on this platform what to do. This platform belongs to me, and it doesn't belong to anybody. And we are trying to make sure that it has been used for 3 good years until we get to where we are going. Armed herdsmen right Ogun State communities, plot fresh attacks and killing. The communities are Asa, Agbon, Ibeku, and Ojaodon communities in Yewa local government area of the state. Palpable fear has engulfed some communities in Ogun State following the alleged threat of fresh attacks from suspected killer herdsmen. The communities are Asa, Agbon, Ibeku, and Ojaodon communities in the Yewa North local government area of the state. The letter was reportedly written on Saturday, the 17th of December 2022. The herdsmen in the letter, written in English and Hausa language, informed the residents of their intention of attacking the communities through the notice letter reportedly pasted on the walls in some strategic places within the communities. These are not herdsmen, these are Fulani terrorists. Don't mix them up as herdsmen. These are the jihadis that was brought into our territory. The terrorists told the leaders of the communities to expect their visitation to their homes between December and January. The notice reads, "Attention, attention to all the following communities: Asa, Agbon, Ibeku, Ojaodon, and its environment. You think you can send away our people?" I want you to take note of that word. Wọ́n sọ fún wa pé ẹ rò pé lè lé àwọn èèyàn wa lọ. You think you can send away our people from the land they bought in Nigeria. Our father's land. You kill our people, you kill their cows, you take over all their properties. You think you can go scot-free. It is high time we come for revenge. All the above-mentioned communities leaders should prepare for war. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ máa gbáradì fún ogun. Between December this month and January, we are coming to take back our father's property. I want us to take note of this conversation that was posted. Let me now explain it as much as I can ní èdè tiwa kó lè yá àwọn èèyàn wa. Àwọn terrorists kọ lẹ́tà sí àdúgbò kan ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní Asa, Agbọ̀n, Ìbẹ̀kú, Ọjà Ọ̀dàn and gbogbo àdúgbò ibẹ̀. Kí ni àwọn criminal terrorists yìí ń sọ fún wa? Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀ ń fi ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation ẹ̀ fi lọ ń ta politics pẹ̀lú àwọn politician. À ń sọ fún wa pé ogun ti wà nínú ilé. A ní ká tètè máa jáde bí a ti ṣe ń sọ pé ká jáde fún rally. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín sì ń sọ pé kò séwu. Èní ní 19th December 2022 gẹ́gẹ́ bí àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ tí àwọn Fúlàní terrorists kọ sí àwọn agbègbè kan ní ìlú Ogun State ní Yewa local government. Wọ́n ní àwọn ń bọ̀ pé kẹ́ máa gbáradì fáwọn ìyẹn Yewa North local government. Asa, Agbọ̀n, Ìbẹ̀kú, Ọjà Ọ̀dàn communities. Kí làwọn terrorists yìí sọ? Ẹ jẹ́ ká kà lédè òyìnbó lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ká tó wá ṣe ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ dáadáa ní ìwọ̀nba ráńpẹ́ tí a lè ṣe. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. Àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ tó fi ránṣẹ́ sí àdúgbò yìí òun náà ló lọ báyìí pé gbogbo ẹ̀yin ará àdúgbò tó ń bẹ ní Asa, Agbọ̀n, Ìbẹ̀kú, Ọjà Ọ̀dàn àti gbogbo àyíká ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní ẹ rò pé lè lé àwọn èèyàn wọn lọ kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá àwọn, pé ẹ rò pé lè pa àwọn èèyàn wọn, ẹ rò pé lè pa àwọn màálù àwọn, pé ẹ rò pé ẹ lè gba gbogbo nǹkan ní àwọn, pé ẹ rò pé bó ṣe máa lọ náà nìyẹn. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ máa gbáradì páwọn ń bọ̀ wá pa gbogbo yín. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ máa gbáradì nínú oṣù December àti January fún ogun tó ń bọ̀. À ń fẹ́ àsìkò yìí à ń san fún àwọn èèyàn wa pé ẹ múra dáadáa nítorí pé there is fire on the mountain. It is not just in Ogun State. Let's go back to Enugu State. Over the weekend, there was also cry to those in the southeast part of Nigeria by the Fulani terrorists. As we say, Nigeria is at the verge of breakup. But the Fulanis are not going without a fight. We have been told by so many intelligent reports that the Fulani will fight till their last man as well, just as we are saying to our people that this is not the time to joke with information on this platform. We have warned you, we have told you so many times that Fulanis are not going to go without putting a fight, and that is why I will just remind us briefly again from what we were told by the late Dr. Malafia Obadia that we should still not close our eyes as we are saying that our coming out since the activation of the Super Rally would also give us a bit of push. We cannot take Yoruba Nation on the social media. If anybody bá ń sọ fún yín pé orí social media lẹ ti máa gba ìlú, pé a kò máa sọ pé a ti activate without us coming out, we have not got a nation yet. Every one of us that is asking that we want our country, this country is going to come only if tí gbogbo wa bá ṣe into ẹ̀ka ṣe. Tí a bá jókòó tí a ń sọ pé kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀, evidence have proved otherwise, that the Fulanis are already within the community. And this is why we are telling the people that the gathering of millions of us, we have 3.7 million people in Ogun State. I'm not sure we had half of that, neither did we have a quarter of that attended that rally. But by the time tí Fulani bá wọlé tó bá wipe yín tó pa yín dáadáa, you will cry out, you will scream. Then you will realize pé in tá à ń sọ has nothing to do with politics. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbé ní gbogbo agbègbè yẹn, don't sleep with two eyes closed. I will remind you of this video, just as I've reminded you of so many conversations in the last 3 years. They will come. There's no doubt in my mind that they are not going to come. We saw that during one of our rallies last year when they were heading back home from, I believe, Ekiti. Tí wọ́n lọ sí Igogan, and some of you understand the carnage tí àwọn Fúlàní ṣe síbẹ̀. Nígbà tá à ń sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé ká jáde fún Super Rally, ẹ̀ ń sọ pé a ti gbàlúwa without any one of us on the street stopping the carnage supported by this government of the day. À ń sọ pé a ti gba country wa, and that is the end of it. The Super Rally tí a wà nínú ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn will activate a lot of push when more civil disobedience continue in Yoruba land. When we stop a lot of the activities that is moving between state to state, when we make sure that less movement continue, then people will understand that we are serious. But ẹ bá sọ pé ẹ̀yin ò ní jáde torí pé kó má bàa pa yín, I pray that the Fulani terrorists do not get to you. But that prayer, we know, will probably be done. But these are monsters that they are ready to kill and suck your blood. I will remind you, in Owo, Ondo State, not too long ago, this year, that the Fulanis were able to attack St. Francis Church in Ondo State, and we all saw the carnage after they left. But ẹni tó bá sọ pé kò kàn wọ́n, that is fine. But ǹjẹ́ o rántí pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà ni àwọn ibi tó máa kàn yẹn? Àbí gbogbo wa ti gbàgbé because in tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní state kan sọmọ Yorùbá òun náà ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ káàkiri. Ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé this is not the time that we will be sleeping. Kò dìgbà tá a bá wà online, everyone now has a role to play so that we can save as many lives. Whatever part you are playing, I will continue to play mine. But let's hear from this man.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. How would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
That is just to remind us that it is not yet clear that we are not in danger. We are in danger, and we must understand we are nínú ewu. And if anybody is telling us otherwise, that we are all clear out of the mess that we are in Nigeria, I am begging us, let us not sleep with the closed eyes. Àwọn Fulani create a lot of damage and havoc, and they are not ready to back down on some of what they are planning to do. Their agenda has been exposed, and they are now paying. And part of the agenda is to take our land from us. And the moment you don't have a land, you've lost everything completely. And that is why we are telling people continuously that now tí a ti ní ká máa jáde, tá bá sọ pé kò kàn wá, àtẹni tó wà nílé, àtẹni tó wà níta, we would eventually all suffer the consequence of it. but pé ká má bàa suffer consequence. That is one of the reasons why we need to do exactly what we need to do. Nobody is coming for help to those of us our people are in danger in every Yoruba land today, and your governors will probably have less money. As we can see, the debt in Osun State is about 400 billion naira, and that debt won't be repaid back for a very long time. So if anybody is thinking that you have a new governor, be rest assured that you're wasting your time. Let me read again from Enugu State. Many killed as suspected. There's nothing like herdsmen. These are Fulani terrorists. Many killed as suspected, and there's nothing like suspected. Again, these are full-blown terrorists. Many killed as terrorists attack Enugu community. How can herdsmen have harmed AK-47, AK-49, and àwọn ọmọ wa tí mo ní wọ́n kàn ní àké tí ọlọ́pàá dá dúró? You can see the nepotism, the subjugation, the injustice against an average Yoruba man. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn sùn prison overnight on Saturday, even though they've been released. The armed Fulani terrorist person said to be over 100 attacked the Enugu community at about 8 a.m. The question is, where is the governor of Enugu State to protect its people? Tàbá sọ fún yín pé it is not a joke. Some of you say we should just keep quiet and go and get our PVC so that we can vote any of the party out and bring in a new one to come and solve our problem. We are all in danger. Tá a bá jáde in our millions and shut down everywhere as quickly as we can between now títí the end of this month, which is now less than how many days left. The rally has already been activated. Nobody should say we are not in the rally mode. What we need to do now is we must come out in our millions to prove that we do not want to be part of a country called Nigeria. And the only way we can do that is coming out Many people were on Sunday, yesterday, 18th of December, feared, killed. We don't even know the numbers of how many people were killed in Enugu State yesterday. There's nothing called suspected herders. These are full-blown jihadist terrorists that was brought into the country by the APC government, supported by Tinubu, supported by Buhari and the rest of them, in the hope that they would want to destabilize Jonathan in case Jonathan was not ready to let power go. And these terrorists now have taken over all our communities, and nobody can travel freely, safely from point A to point B between the southwest up to the southeast. You are likely to come across people like those behind me, fully kitted in a military wears after they've been able to invade a lot of the military barracks, military depot, and they now have a lot of sophisticated weapon, not just to kill our people in the southeast, but also to kill people in the north part of the country, the northern part of the country. Nobody is safe anymore. Let's continue with this report. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ti kú ní ìjọ Sunday ìyẹn ní àná nígbà tí àwọn Fúlàní terrorists tí wọ́n wọnú agbègbè kan tá à ń pè ní Abo, a farming community tí wọ́n máa ń dáko ní Ẹ̀hà Èmífú Isi Uzo local government area ní Enugu state, Nigeria southeast. Àwọn tí wọ́n wá àtàkì agbègbè yìí wọ́n ní wọ́n lé ní over 100 ní àárọ̀. Imagine they have the, where is all the security agencies that a community was being attacked in the early hours of the morning? You know why? That there's no police in the state, because the 1999 constitution would not permit that. When I talk about the 1999 constitution, that you are asking Atiku and Okowa, Peter Obi and Shetima, the terrorist guy, and Tinubu, the guy that brought in Buhari, who is now, the terrorist government that have collapsed your economy, that have been subjugation, nepotism, that was able to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu and rendition him back to Nigeria. Remember that Tinubu supported this particular agenda. À ń sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ní àná alánà ní Enugu state, àwọn 100 Fulani terrorists wọ́n wọnú agbègbè kan, wọ́n pààyàn lọ rẹpẹtẹ. We cannot show you those images, and please don't ever ask koikimedia to bring those images for you to see. It is entirely up to you to go and get a Twitter account. If you don't have a Twitter, you probably don't know what is going on, because Twitter still allow some of these things to go into it. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní tẹ́ẹ̀bà fún wa lóúnjẹ àníjáde, tẹ́ẹ̀bà fún wa lówó mọ́tò àlọ́bì kankan. We are trying to tell our people to do as many of support for you. But ẹ̀yin lẹ wà nílé, ẹ̀yin gangan ni Fúlàní fẹ́ wá pa, bí wọ́n ti ṣe kọ lẹ́tà sí wa ní Ogun State pé àwọn ń bọ̀ ní ọjà ọ̀dàn, ní Ìbẹ̀kú, ní Agbọ̀n, Asa, pé kẹ́ máa retí àwọn Fúlàní terrorists. Wọ́n náà wọ́n ń bọ̀, wọ́n ti kọ lẹ́tà sí ẹni tó bá rò pé eré là ń sọ. Ẹ rántí pé I'm gonna go back to Enugu State. Arákùnrin tẹ́ ń wò yìí Fúlàní ni, kò ń ṣe pé ó gba visa wọlé, kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n chẹ́kẹ̀ nínú bọ́dà kó tó dé ilẹ̀ wa. Ó kàn rìn wọlé, ó dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń jíyàn gbé, ó dẹ̀ ń pààyàn. And he committed all this atrocity in October. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo lára àwọn tí arákùnrin tí à ń fojú ẹ̀wọ̀n yìí, lára àwọn tí ó pa. Arákùnrin ó wà lára àwọn tó ń kidnap ní Ogun State pẹ̀lú àwọn members ẹ̀ tí àmọ́bi tó wà. Nínú àwọn 6 bí wọ́n ti ṣe kọ, wọ́n ní 2 ni wọ́n mú, 4 tó kù àmọ́bi tó wà báyìí. Wọ́n ń gbé láàrin wa, wọ́n bá àwọn ọmọ wa sùn. But in tí a gbọ́ ni pé arákùnrin ló pa Owólabí Abíọ́dún, ìyẹn bọ̀bọ̀ tẹ̀ ń wò yìí, ìyẹn Fúlàní, wọ́n ti dé ọ̀dájú kalẹ̀ bó ṣe wà yìí. Lára wọn náà ló ń ta ọsàn fún yín tẹ̀ ń ra ọsàn, ẹ̀ ń ra pọ̀pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn, ẹ̀ ń ra pineapple. A ní ká jáde fún super rally kí gbogbo àdúgbò máa mì pìpìpìpì. Complain olúkálukú kan mú jáde. Àṣẹ. Arákùnrin ni wọ́n lọ pé kidnap Owólabí Abíọ́dún àti one Fakorede Kazeem ní Kípẹ́ village ní Ìdí-Òrì, ìyẹn ní Abẹ́òkúta ní on the 7th of October. Ìyẹn bọ̀bọ̀ tẹ̀ ń wò yìí, ọmọ Fúlàní. Wọ́n ní nígbà tó kidnap wọn, ó wá rí i pé ìkànnà àwọn tí wọ́n kidnap yẹn ó ń slow àwọn down. ìyẹn Fakorede Kazeem ó wá pààyàn pé torí pé ó ń dá wọn dúró kò rìn dáadáa wọ́n sọ àwọn èèyàn wa di chicken goat àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ lẹ́yìn tó jí gbé ṣèbí ẹni tó lè rìn dáadáa ṣèbí á fi sílẹ̀ kò lè fi sílẹ̀ nítorí pé ó ṣeé ṣe pé lára àwọn tó ń gbé láàrin yín náà nìyí ó dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ pé bóun ṣe mú tó bá di pó fi sílẹ̀ ó ṣeé ṣe kí àṣírí ẹ̀ tú bìkan bó ṣe wà tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n mú ilé nísìn á tún jáde sí títì òun náà máa ta wóróbo á máa ta kódà ó lè máa dín pop-off ó lè máa dín buns ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yìí náà máa bá wọn rà á ní kẹyẹ rajà mọ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti jọ Fúlàní tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá rí ọmọ Yorùbá àbí àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò ẹ tọ́jú owó yín tẹ́ máa fi rí wọn láti rajà lọ́wọ́ á ní kẹyẹ bá wọn ṣòwò mọ́ ẹ̀yin gangan lẹ́ encourage wọn kó máa bọ̀ torí pé arákùnrin nísìn àwọn mẹ́rin tó kù wọ́n ní àmọ́bi tó wà nígbà tó kidnap èèyàn méjì ìyẹn ní on the 7th of October just 2 months ago ó pa Fakorede ó yìnbọn fún yọ pàdánù pé torí pé kò rìn faster torí pé àwọn máa ń rìn wọn nú igbó ni tó bá ti jí wọn gbé lẹ́yìn yẹn nígbà tó tún máa fi á wọ́n tún lọ kidnap ọmọ ọdún 10 ìwọ tó ń gbọ́ mi ní gbogbo ìlú àgbáyé tó ń sọ pé Yorùbá nation ò ní wáyé lágbára Elédùmarè ti tàárọ̀ yìí wọ́n máa kidnap ọmọ ẹjọ́ tó bá gbé wọn lọ Nàìjíríà tó bá jẹ́ pé abroad ló wà tí à ń sọ pé ìyà ń jà àwọn èèyàn wa nílé ìwọ tó wà nílé tó sì ń sọ pé Yorùbá nation ò ní wáyé wàá jí ọmọ ọdún 10 tó bá ní àti ìyàwó ẹ wàá jí wọn gbé wàá dẹ̀ bá wọn sùn wàá dẹ̀ wá sọ fún wa abẹ́ kẹ́dùn torí pé à ń sọ pé àwọn tẹ́ ń wò yìí wọ́n ò ní ojú àánú kankan à ń sọ pé immigration border wa gbogbo ẹ̀ ẹni kì í gbẹ́nu dákẹ́ ẹni Kóìkì ló fẹ́ da àdúgbò rú ẹni Kóìkì àti Simon Ekpa ló fẹ́ balẹ̀ Yorùbá jẹ́ ṣémi náà ni mo kọ lẹ́tà sí yín ṣémi àti Simon Ekpa la kọ lẹ́tà sí Ogun State pé à ń bọ̀ wá àtàkì yín ẹ̀rí ibi tí ayé ọmọ Yorùbá délé nìí à ń sọ pé ká dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè tí a lè protect ara wa tí a lè defend ara wa ẹ̀ ń sọ fún wa pé ká dákẹ́ ká gbẹnu sọ̀hún ẹni tí Kóìkì ti pọ̀ jù pé kí ni wàhálà ẹ̀ àmọ́ arákùnrin tẹ́ ń wò yìí even though pé wọ́n kọ́ síbẹ̀ bóyá bọ́mọ yẹn sùn but ìtagbọ́ ni pé lẹ́yìn tí ó ti jíyàn gbé ní on the 7th of October ìyẹn oṣù October tó lọ yìí oṣù méjì tó lọ lẹ́yìn wọ́n tún lọ jí Adékúnlé Esther ìyẹn ọmọ ọdún 10 kò wá ń ṣe ọmọ ọdún 10 ẹnìkan lọ jí wọ́n tún jí Adékúnlé Adébáyọ̀ 25 years old ní Olómòwé Street Randa Abẹ́òkúta àáròpọ̀ yẹn ti tán síbẹ̀ ó tún confess pé sẹ́ ní on the 19th of October ẹgbẹ́ àwọn kan náà ló lọ tún jí Mrs. Famurewa ìyẹn ní Abúlé Ìjàyè ní Abẹ́òkúta ó dẹ̀ pa ọkọ ẹ̀ ìyẹn 65 years old tó yẹ kó sì wà láyé ìwọ bàbá 65 tó ń gbé láàbúrò tó ní Yorùbá nation ló dé bọ́ sí ìjọ́kíjọ́ tó bá lọ́lé wàá jí ẹ gbé wàá dẹ̀ pàyàwó ẹ àbí kọ́ pàwọ́ bó ṣe máa rí fún yín nìyẹn torí pé àwa ń sọ pé àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbà ló mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n ti kó wọlé pé kí gbogbo wa ṣe ẹyọ kan ká tètè jáde ká kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà ẹ sọ pé kò kàn yín ẹni tí wá ti pọ̀ jù bó ṣe wà yín nísìn tó bá pè látàbújá pé kó máa gbé bọ̀ ibi tí kéèsì parí sí nìyẹn. ibo ni wákìlì wà ẹ sọ fún gọ́vnà Mákindé kó fún wa ní press statement kó dẹ̀ gbé wákìlì jáde torí pé ní abolongo gbogbo àti gbàgbé àti gbàgbé pé wákìlì ti lọ kò sẹ́ni tó mọbi tó wà bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí àbí àti gbàgbé abolongo àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ jail prison Ọ̀yọ́ state jail prison break àti gbàgbé ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ ṣe last year àtẹ̀kọ́ ni. I think this is a video of it.
In the meantime, the Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, has vowed that all inmates who escaped from the Agbolongo Custodial Center of the Nigerian Correctional Service in Oyo State will be recaptured.
Only will be recaptured. What is of wa lẹ́ni nísìnyí bóyá wọ́n ti recapture wọn bí alára wọn náà ló ṣì ń flow káàkiri tó ń pa yín tó ń jí yín gbé. Ní Ìbàdàn ní ìjọ Thursday ẹ mú toothbrush dání wọn náà máa ṣàìsùn ni. A ti wà nínú pé kò ní gbọ́ kò ní gbà làwa náà máa fi ṣe àmọ́ kò ń ṣe bíi tìjà. A máa bèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa bí bàbá wa olóyè Dr. Sunday ṣe sọ fún wa pé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá á gbọ́dọ̀ bèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa níṣẹ́. Àmọ́ tí ẹ bá jáde á jẹ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ báyà máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹja gbọ́n tó sọ.
The minister, while inspecting the facility, gave the assurance, well, he says, 446 inmates of the medium custodial center have now been rearrested. The minister says the attack on prisons in the country are premeditated and meant to ridicule the government. Well,
Premeditated àbí kí ló sọ? To ridicule the government. So Fulani ridicule government ni wọ́n sọ fún wa báyìí. So the Fulani terrorists have become ridicule the government of APC. Àbí PDP ló launch break in prison. Ẹ bá wa béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá à ń sọ fún yín pé we are in full danger. Let's continue.
Aregbesola says jailbreaks and attacks on prison worsened after the NSAS protest in the country.
Ó tún link ẹ̀ mọ́ EndSARS. Can you imagine? Ó link a prison break to EndSARS. What has EndSARS got to do with prison break? This was last year.
Well, for more on this, Arise News analyst Mahmoud Jega joins me now to have this conversation. Mahmoud, thank you so much for being here. I want to start from the bottom up, really. Yeah. The fact that we're seeing a lot of, the insecurity and things happening in the country being blamed on the NSAS protest. Just a few days ago, the Attorney General, Abubakar Malami, had said that, you know what, IPOB, we can blame NSAS to a certain extent. We can blame IPOB for all of that, but NSAS is being blamed for a lot of things in the country. I want to get your thoughts on that, especially looking at the reason why that protest even gained as much momentum as it did.
Well, one of the main events during the NSAS protest was the attack on the Benin prison and the freeing of hundreds of inmates. Maybe that is why the minister now is making this collection. Otherwise, the NSAS protest ended more than a year ago. And as the governor of Oyo State just said in this report, nobody is sure what is the motive, because whoever will attack a prison like this with heavy weapons and dynamite and everything.
Did you hear that? Heavy weapon and dynamite.
Have a very serious motive. What the motive is at this stage, the governor said we shouldn't speculate. We should wait.
So nobody knows the motive, but Ejeka fast track. This was last year, and now a year after, we are still getting letter in Ogun State. Our people are still being killed in Enugu State. The armed person said to be over 100 attacked the community at about 8 a.m. Laro. The resident of the area, Jude Eze, told Premium Times that apart from those killed in the attack, dozens of villagers were also injured. Many people were injured aside from several people that were killed, but I am sure I saw 3 corpses and an injured person, he said. Mr. Eze said community leaders were still counting bodies, so definitely meta, but the community are counting bodies and nobody knows how many people died. Already recovered to determine the exact number of those killed. My question to those of us that are still in doubt, that are we sure that Nigeria is a country, or are we playing to the gallery ourselves? Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa káàkiri as we say all the time, the responsibility lies in our hands, and we must now prepare as we head to Ogbomoso today, where the rally will continue. If the numbers that is not growing continue like that, that means gbogbo wa náà a ní responsibility. And what is our responsibility? Our responsibility is to tell everybody that the Yoruba'S are now tired of the union that was forced on us by the British government or the British Empire, the British colony against the indigenous people. We are not interested in 2023. And nobody can force anything on us. 2023 is not the solution to the problem of Nigeria right now. But international community ò ní sọ ilé ìfẹ́ yìí. But international community will respond when there is a lot of civil disobedience in the southwest, just as it's going to continue in the southeast part of Nigeria as well. Civil disobedience is allowed so that we can tell the world and the Nigerian government what we want in a peaceful way. So gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, country is not something you get on the social media. You get a country by pushing everything that we have. Gbogbo àwọn ìlú tí a ti ń ṣò káàkiri látijọ́ yìí, tí a ní wọ́n máa ń jáde, ó ní nǹkan kan tó ń béèrè fún ló ṣe ń jáde. Tí àwa bá jókòó sínú ilé wa and we expecting one miracle, miracle ò lè gba Yorùbá nation àfi tá a bá ń parọ́ fúnra wa. Bí èèyàn kan bá ń sọ fún wa pé miracle la máa fi gba Yorùbá nation, bá irọ́ gidi là ń pa fúnra wa. It is not going to happen. We need to see millions of Yoruba people on the street, from Kogi, Kwara, all the way down to Lagos State. That is how you get a country to force the system to shut down. Táwa bá ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Southwest, those that also want freedom in the Biafra land will also be doing the same thing. And that would also happen for the other regions, like all the areas that also want freedom. But if we just want people to come on, ká máa bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ nìkan ni a máa fi gba nation wa. A ti wà níbi tí wọ́n ti sọ pé yes, this is now the time to activate everything in terms of the super rally, and we push ourselves out. But everybody is finding one excuse or the other, thinking that it will be a smooth journey. Lótìtọ́ lódodo, we are meant to be taking care of every one of us. Tabati wa ní títì. And that it will be the responsibility of those of us outside to keep that energy going. Wọ́n ti sọ fún wa pé kò ń ṣèjọ́ kan, wọ́n ti ní kò ń ṣèjọ́ méjì. But all we are saying is we are waiting for one country just to come and rescue us. Without us, táwa náà ṣe pa. Nobody gives you a referendum without a fight. There is no specific conversation written in that fraudulent 1999 constitution that will give you a referendum in Nigeria. So if you are thinking that you want us to go peacefully, or by peace means, which we expect that should be the right thing to do. But do you think that the Yoruba politician will allow that? Ǹjẹ́ àwọn politician Yorùbá máa mọ̀? But tí a bá jáde ní millions tí a shut down gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, as we are starting from what occurred on Saturday, which is now linking to Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ lẹ́ni àtọ̀la, and then later on gradually we build that momentum. But if everybody just say, let's just take it and let's go. Yes, we are still campaigning, we are still taking the message and the awareness, but we must now make outside our home and build shed. Àwọn bòmíì wà a máa máa build the tent shed torí òrùn, and we will have everything that is going to be needed. It's a big work to do, but it can be done. But I believe everyone is looking for the easiest way out of Yoruba land. Out of Nigeria to get a Yoruba nation. Nígbà tí títì bá block, àwọn tó ṣì ń lọ tó jẹ́ politician táwọn gan ọ̀rọ̀ náà kọjá, they will have no other option. When the airport is blocked in all the Yoruba land, and there is no flight moving from those airports, they will now understand that we are serious. Because at least a ní gbogbo airport tó ṣì ń take landing and taking off nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, we move people in our millions, that there will not be anybody moving into any airport to travel to anywhere. Then they would understand that we are serious. We are already at that stage. We need to block all the highways. This is not the time for too much talk anymore. This is the time for activation. And you cannot put any blame on anybody anymore. Àwa tí yà ń jẹ, èmi ìwọ tí yà ń jẹ. Wọ́n ti ní à need láti gbé nínú ilé mọ́, ìta la máa gbé. But yes, living outside also means people have to be secured. We are not saying that we should go and kill any security personnel, but we will defend ourselves if needs be. This is not kakọ̀máwá sọ̀rọ̀ lórí social media nìkan. Our energy now needs to be outside. I understand that everybody wants all the state to be activated, and that way it will bring the momentum. But we are getting that build up slowly. Gbogbo ohun tó bá gbà la máa fún, tí a fi ní sọ pé a fi ṣe election ní 2023. We are now calmed down to that as well. Remember that the politicians are not backing down. They want an election to hold so that they can renew the fraudulent amalgamation that the British government did on us. Àwọn Yoruba politicians are part of the agenda of the British system. Oh, election election, local government, election election, House of Rep, election election, Senate, election election, governor. Eventually, nothing is going to change. Some people will enjoy, there's no doubt. But millions of you will cry, wọ́n ní rí owó oṣù sọ fún yín, just as Osun State Governor, ó ti sọ fún yín nísìnyí pé òun ò bá owó ní inú kọ́fà, pé kódà Oyetola tún lọ gba 18 billion naira loan after tó ti lose election. Kí ló lọ gba loan fún nígbà tó ti lose election? Kí ló fẹ́ fi loan ṣe? A governor that has lost an election in Osun State, ó ṣẹ̀ tí wàá lọ gba loan 18 billion. Níbo ló kówó yẹn sí nísìn? They don't know. Bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn, Osun State is owing 400 billion naira. Ó ní owó November nìkan lòun lè san, kò likely pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà l'Osun State ẹ máa rí owó gbà. So kí ló dé tí àjọ jáde kájọ pariwo pé lórí pé a ní security ní Osun State, lórí pé a fẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ́, let us all push together. ẹ̀ náà ń ṣiṣẹ́ tí ẹ rí owó gbà ẹ ṣe kúkú jáde kí gbogbo àjọ dáwọ́ bò àbí wọn náà ń dúró de contract. àwọn kan máa jẹun nínú gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì yẹn lóòótọ́ but ẹ̀yin civil servant ìyà jẹ ṣé gèsì yín lára. Kò likely pọ̀ máa san pension fún yín because kò sówó nínú kọ́fà. Kò likely pọ̀ máa ṣe health care kò sówó kò sí kankan tó fẹ́ ṣe á kàn máa nísìnyí kọ́ máa òun náà oyin tó ń pariwo nísìnyí ni pé kò sí kankan tá a lè ṣe o because kò sí owó ńlẹ̀ gbèsè ti wà ńlẹ̀. So kí ló dé tí gbogbo wa put energy wá síta nísìnyí. APC ò lè solve problem tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí. Neither PDP or Labour Party. None of them can solve the problem that we have right now. The problem in Nigeria right now is that everybody must be de-amalgamated from the amalgamation that was forced on us by the British government or the British Empire. King Charles III is not going to give you a Yoruba nation. So if you are going to think that Emma Coletta sí Prince Charles pé kó yọ wá kúrò nínú Commonwealth pé a fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú, it is not going to happen. The House of Lords èmi ò lè tẹ̀lé yín pàtó lọ ṣe protest kankan níwájú bẹ̀ mọ́. Our rally now and protest should be in Nigeria because they are not going to listen to you. Wọ́n wò wá láti inú camera and they think that we are stupid. Our job now is to push the message on the ground. Pé káwọn èèyàn kó jáde. Mobilization kò ń ṣe tá a máa fi ṣeré mọ́ nísìn. We must push everything that we have. And that is how we will be able to tell the world. World Bank is still going to borrow Nigeria money. IMF ṣì máa yá wọn lówó. China ṣì máa yá wọn lówó. Nigeria will continue to borrow more money. And as I speak to you today, we will not be able to repay back the debt in Nigeria in another 40 good years. I will be in my 80s. And that's if we pay the debt. Because all we are paying right now is just the interest. Gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n ṣe ń sọ nísìnyí is interest. So what is our gain in Nigeria as Yoruba people? Oh, Tinubu ló fẹ́ jẹ president. Kí ló lè ṣe tó bá débẹ̀ after 8 years? He will come back and tell us exactly what Buhari is saying to us, that the government òun mọ̀ pé population wa pọ̀. Ṣé Buhari ò mọ̀ pé population Nigeria pọ̀ kó tó máa sọ pé òun fẹ́ ṣe tó ń contest lẹ́mẹ̀wàá? He's now telling us that the population and there's too many problems. If there's too many problems, why not dissolve this country and have smaller units? Àwọn kan tún ní náà kò tí ì tó àsìkò Ọlọ́run ò tí ì sọ̀rọ̀ tán débi tó máa ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Wọ́n tún fi Ọlọ́run àwa lo Ọlọ́run a kàn ń lò in different ways. Olúkálùkù kàn fi Ọlọ́run yẹn a kàn ń lò in different form and shape. Mo rí irú ẹ̀rí láyé mi. Nàìjíríà yìí nìkan ni. Tàbá ti gbọ́rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ṣá ó ti mú wa nígbàyà. Bá ṣe ń pariwo pé kíran Yorùbá kó dúró, àwọn kan tún sọ pé náà Ọlọ́run sọ pé kò tí ní dé kò tí ní ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìyà tá à ń jẹ láàárọ̀ yìí. Gbogbo state ni rally ti máa wáyé, but for now let's go with the instruction that we are told. And let's start the mobilization. And let's prepare our people in other states that it would also happen. A very good morning once again. À ń sọ fún èèyàn wa, ẹ̀ ń kígbe election. Ẹ̀ ń kígbe èmi ló kàn, ẹ̀ ń kígbe PDP, ẹ̀ ń kígbe Àtíkù. They cannot solve our problem. Tó bá wọlé, all they will do is they will also be part. They will enjoy themselves. They will move around in the presidential aircraft. They would have security. Mo wo fídíò kan láàárọ̀ yìí lórí Instagram. Àtàwọn ọmọ Yorùbá àtàwọn ọmọ Mala wọ́n drive big vehicle ní Abuja tó ń ṣe yọ̀tọ̀mì in the midst of where people are crying this morning. Do you know how much some of those vehicles cost? Ó wà lórí Instagram láàárọ̀ yìí. Our last hope now will be a full civil disobedience. It will be painful, but we will eventually get there. Ìyẹn la ṣe sọ fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa pé tí a bá dákẹ́ tí à ń dúró de pé èèyàn kan ló máa wá bá wa ṣe we will wait forever. Let me show you this. Ayé tó ń jẹ l'Abuja. Let's watch this together.
How you doing, man?
I pity a lot of you. I want feel pain, but you can only feel your pain. Ara orokun, ara oradiye. Torí pé there is still movement. Nígbà tí a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ fún gbogbo àwọn tó wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá pé sẹ́ a nígbà by the peaceful civil disobedience. Títí dé láti máa ṣe ìtópọ̀jù níbẹ̀. Because nígbà táwọn ìbá ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé kí ló ń fa traffic tán náà àwọn Yorùbá nation ti block títì. But everybody is looking for shortcut. We are looking for shortcuts. And wá Yorùbá nation lórí àfi gba gbogbo Yorùbá nation lórí social media. We want everything to happen on this social media. Orí social media ṣáà láti fi gba gbogbo ẹ̀. I don't know how that is going to happen. How that is going to happen, I don't know. We must come out in our millions. Each state has millions already of people. But everybody is looking for the easiest way that ma fi gba Yorùbá nation by getting sweet talk. Tàbá ti gbọ́ sweet talk. Ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ńbẹ̀ yẹn. A ti ń lọ níbẹ̀ yẹn. You think it's sweet talk la ma fi gba Yorùbá nation. ẹ̀ ń rò pé sweet talk lẹ́fẹ́ fi gba in tí àwọn Yorùbá ń jẹ àwọn politician Yorùbá ń jẹ tó ń pààyàn lé lórí tó ń mẹ̀jẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá lé lórí ẹ fi pé sweet talk la máa fi gbà. ẹ ń fi pé akọ̀ máa sọ sweet talk sí yín pé Koiki máa wá síbí báyìí máa fún yín ní sweet talk òun la máa fi rí country wa gbà. a fẹ́ ní confrontation kankan lóòótọ́ but sweet talk yẹn a fẹ́ but a fẹ́ confrontation náà a dẹ̀ máa jí sínú Yorùbá nation just like that. I still stand with everything I've said in the last 3 years, especially when I started broadcasting on this right to self-determination. Àwọn tẹ́ ń bá fa yìí Pastor Paul Adefaransi sọ pé they are nata. Àwọn kan ready láti pààyàn à ń bọ̀sibọ́sí. A rò pé ẹnu pé kákọ̀ lẹ́nu nìkan no ó ti di àsìkò tí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ nílé tí ẹ̀yin láǹfààní àti wà nílé kẹ́ bọ́kú lọ ní gbogbo state pátápátá whether you are a member of APC or PDP Nigeria ò lè work. Nigeria is a crime scene. Ó dẹ̀ ti ń pa àwọn èèyàn kò ń ṣe lénìí. And if anybody is doubting me, let me just show you some of those that Nigeria has killed among the best of the Yoruba people. This is not the time. A ti wà nínú the action mode. But gbogbo nǹkan kọ́ la máa wá sọ fún yín lórí social media mọ́. It is now entirely up to you to also understand that àwọn nǹkan míì wà tí kò gbọdọ̀ wọrí social media. A gbọdọ̀ mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ni wá tí a fẹ́ òmìnira and òmìnira yẹn dẹ̀ la máa gbà. But if we just sit down and say ó máa wáyé a máa gbà á. And we're expecting Koiki to come and give you that sweet talk. I'm not here to give you sweet talk. We will fight for our right to self-determination. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tẹ́tí wọlé. Wọ́n ní talk is cheap. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wá sọ fún wọn pé àwa talk and do ni. Gbogbo ń tẹ́ fẹ́ mọ̀ pátá láti sọ fún yín láti ọdún mẹ́ta. Àsìkò tá gbọ́dọ̀ jáde lélẹ̀. Àsìkò tí a gbọ́dọ̀ jáde lélẹ̀ láti fi ẹ̀dùn ọkàn wa hàn. Kò ń ṣe pé à ń jáde pé these are all those faces that Nigerian government have killed among our best. Gbogbo àwọn tẹ́ ń wò yìí. Gbogbo àwọn tí Nigerian government ti pàdánù. Láwọn so ta ló yàtọ̀ sí bàbá wa Fálànà tó ṣì wà láyé but eventually Nigeria government gan jẹ́ kó rí nǹkan kan ṣe. He's trying his best as a human rights lawyer but ṣé gbogbo case tó ń gbé lọ sí court ni government ń dá wọn lóhùn àwọn máa sue government ẹ bá sue government látẹ̀lé títí dọ̀la. Mo kí ń bẹ̀ ìyàwó Irat alájà mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti wọlé. Ẹ wá ń dúró de àwọn ọba ẹ̀ ń dúró ká ọba wá lájà ẹ̀ ń dúró de Nigerian media kó sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation níbi táwọn kan tẹ́ pé kò kó ọbẹ̀ wọn níbi tó ti ń jẹun nìyẹn. And that is why we are saying that ọ̀rọ̀ tó kù níbi tó dé nísìn ó ní pé kí gbogbo wa pátá ká jáde síta even if it's part of the system kí ló lè ṣe it can't do anything. àjọsí bàbá wa Wọlé Ṣóyínká àwọn méjèèjì tó ṣì wà láyé nìyẹn the rest of the others gone. But we are looking for the cheapest way to go out of the country. A rò pé civilized country ní Nàìjíríà. À ń fi Nàìjíríà afẹ́fẹ́ fi compare a civilized society níta. Kódà àwọn tó jẹ́ civilized gan wọ́n sì ń ṣe gbàásgbòós kó tó débi tó ń lọ. Ní gbogbo àwọn òdú tá ti dárúkọ pé wọ́n gba òmìnira. Ẹ máa kẹ́ni kankan fúnlẹ̀ pé òmìnira kàn máa wá just like that. Àti activated àti gbà ó ti di bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn pastor kan tó ní náà àwa fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá nation a fẹ́ sọ di àwàdà kẹ́ríkẹ́rì a sọ Yorùbá nation a sọ di àwàdà kẹ́ríkẹ́rì lórí social media knowing fully well the magnitude of nǹkan tá a gbé dání ẹ fi pé gbogbo àwọn kan tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ níbi tí wọ́n jẹ́ pé àwọn ló ń support àwọn ìjọba tó fi ń kówó jáde ní millions ẹlòmíì mọbi tí owó ń jáde sí gangan tí èmi àti yín tá a mọ̀ tó jẹ́jọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá kò lè ever jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó pín because nobody wants a system that is fair nobody wants a system that is justice máa wà nínú ẹ̀ ìbá ń rí wọn tó ń lọ pátí tó ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ìyá fẹ́ lè máa béèrè nígbà míì pé ṣé Nàìjíríà ìṣá ṣe ìyà ń jà àwọn èèyàn but ìyà ń jà àwọn èèyàn táwa rí because 133 million of you are in abject poverty láàárọ̀ yìí ní 2,000 naira láàárọ̀ yìí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yóò ní 2,000 naira which is the average money tíyàn gbọ́dọ̀ ní láti fi jẹun. mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jẹ́ backend wa mo kí Ọlámilékan káàárọ̀. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jáde àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín mo dẹ̀ sọ pé 1,000 péré la kàn máa ní tó bá yá kò ń ṣe gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ló máa jáde if we expecting pé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá máa jáde but ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo àwọn 1,000 yẹn ẹ já kórèké lé wọn lọ́wọ́ ẹ já ara ìrèké tó da brand new tí a lè mọ̀ ìrèké tí wọ́n máa ra ìrèké ẹ mọ̀ pé tí wọ́n bá dé ọ̀dọ̀ ibi tó ti ń ta ìrèké tó ní ṣúgà dáadáa nínú ẹ já ara ìrèké gidi fáwọn ọmọ wa torí níta gbé dání ó máa di gbàgbòs tó bá dójú ẹ̀ and that 1,000 will be ready as we know they are ready because èmi mọ̀ pa ní 1,000 tó ready because gbogbo èèyàn kan ló máa jáde but tí èèyàn kan bá sọ fún yín pé kò ní dé stage yẹn ní níta gbé dání ẹ̀ tutù ẹ̀ dànù tó bá máa fi di before the end of this year tó bá máa fi di the end of this year táwọn máa fi máa wọ next year. mo ti ṣàlàyé fún yín calm down láwà òun là ń wò lọ yìí èèyàn kọkàn mú lọ́wọ́ nísìn so kò sẹ́ni excuse for anybody pé èèyàn kan máa sọ pé excuse kò sí ẹni tó bá sọ pé excuse wà aláìníkànṣe ni wá kí n fẹ́ra mi náà sínú ẹ̀ kò sẹ́ni excuse fún anybody nínú wa tàbá ṣì ń ṣètò ọmọlúàbí torí pé àṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ à ń rí pọ́ǹpẹ̀ ẹ kó ìrèké gidi brand new ẹ kó lé àwọn ọmọ lọ́wọ́ kẹ wá mọ̀ bóyá ó máa ṣe é ṣe àbí kò ní ṣe é ṣe nítorí fi ń dẹ́rù bà wá nìkan náà nìyẹn. bọ̀tà bá ṣe ń sọ pé àti ìnírèké, then we need 5 million people outside. tẹ́ bá ń sọ pé wọ́n máa pa àwọn èèyàn, ìlú tẹ̀yìn ń gbé ojoojúmọ́ kọ́ ló ń pààyàn, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà níta, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé, tó bá ń sọ fún yín wọ́n pa ṣé gèsè ọ̀ra wọn lára all over the world ni o. Psycho people wà káàkiri ni o. ṣèbá rí wọn lamẹ́ríkà tó wọnú school tó kọ̀ pa wọn mọ́ dànù, ó dẹ̀ parẹ́, àbí àrí fídíò yẹn. ṣe má jẹ́ kẹ́ni bọ́dì fúlù yín pé wàá kọ̀ pa yín dànù. àwọn tó ní kan ṣe, àwa fẹ́ sọ di àwàdà kẹ́ríkẹ́rí, àsọ di bàbá sùwé. èmi àdé máa sọ pé ká lọ in the line of Fádèyí Olóró, a gbọ́dọ̀ lo gbogbo ohun tí Elédùmarè fún wa. à ń sọ pé ká gba nation, àwọn kan tó máa divert wa. ẹ fi pé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ló fẹ́ lọ, ẹlòmíì ìyá ti mú orí ẹ̀ pa, tá a lè blame ẹ̀, ìyà tó wà nínú orí ẹlòmíì, ẹni tó lé fọ̀n tó lé kanná gan láàrin gbogbo àwọn tó wà nínú bíbà, tó ní ẹ̀fọ̀n tó lé kanná ní ti owó, ní ti ọlá, ní ti gbogbo nǹkan, wọ́n jẹ́ kó débẹ̀. òun ni bàbá wa late MKO Abíọ́lá. ìyàwó ẹ̀ ọ̀pá ni Alhaja Kudirat, she was killed in the process. títí dọ̀la àìtí mẹ́rin tó pa Uncle Bọ́lá Ìgè, bí a Ọbásanjọ́ máa sọ fún wa ẹni tó pa. Babangida wá sọ ta ló pa Délé Gíwá, ẹni kí Babangida jáde, ẹni kí wọ́n jáde military kó wá sọ ẹni tó pa ìyá wa Fúnmiláyọ̀ Ransome Kuti, ta ló pa Fẹlá Aníkúlápó Kuti. so Nàìjíríà yẹn nìwọ wá ń try láti fẹ́ save, pé Tinubu máa wá save Nàìjíríà lọ́kùn ààrẹ, wọ́n rò pé Tinubu lè save gbogbo Nàìjíríà. orí ẹ̀ gbálẹ̀, ìwọ tó ń ronú bẹ́ẹ̀, o ò ní brain. àgbàlá èyí tẹ̀ má tẹ̀ rò pé gbogbo yín ní brain ni, ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ní pé Tinubu ló máa ṣe, orí yín ò pé ẹ̀ ní brain. ṣé Tinubu wá ní ó ní connection tó MKO Abíọ́lá? ṣé Tinubu ní connection tó MKO Abíọ́lá níbi tí lẹ́mọ́ èyí tó ń ṣe drug yẹn? àtẹ̀jẹni tó wà tó sì wà nígbà tá Abíọ́lá tẹ̀ ń ṣe tó ń campaign, òun tẹ̀ ṣe fìtì díẹ̀, gbogbo èèyàn náà ló máa ń ní àìsàn kan tó ń ṣèyàn, kò sẹ́ni tó ní tiẹ̀ lára, kọ́lọ̀ má fa rẹ̀ ṣe wá. ó náwó, ó ná gbogbo ẹ̀, ó rìn síbí, ó rìn sọ́hùn, ó bá Amẹ́ríkà sọ̀rọ̀, ó bá Yúróòpù sọ̀rọ̀, ó bá gbogbo Amẹ́ríkà, ó bá gbogbo wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pé àníṣe ẹjẹ́ àfiṣe Nàìjíríà yìí kó dàbí tọ̀dọ̀ ti yín náà. kí ló end up? Fúlàní pa sínú prison náà ni. mo kí bàbá Pastor Emmanuel tó gbà. so gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń sọ pé Tinubu ló máa lọ gbé yín dé Promised Land, orí yín ti gbálẹ̀. Tinubu máa gbé yín dé Promised Land. ṣe fi pé Tinubu máa ní access láti control gbogbo àwọn olórí burúkú Fúlàní tó máa wà lábẹ́ ẹ̀, bó ṣe máa pàdánù lọ́mọ máa wá, bó ṣe wà yẹn, bó ṣe máa destabilize the government ẹ̀ lọ́mọ máa wá. tó bá tẹ̀ wá ṣe tán after 8 years tó bá wa tún Nàìjíríà náà ṣe Fúlàní bá tún dé nísìn náà tóun bá lọ, ṣé Tinubu máa jẹ́ lifetime president? Ọbásanjọ́ fẹ́ dánwò, wọ́n gbadànù sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ pé ìbáwọn làwọn lọ mú ẹ wá. Ọbásanjọ́ tó lé fọ̀n tó lé kanná, ó fẹ́ try ẹ̀, ó fẹ́ lọ third term, wọ́n gbadànù pé no, kí ló rò pé òun ṣe báwa la lọ mú ẹ wá? ṣé tiẹ̀ tún fẹ́ wá ju tiwa lọ? ṣe báwa la lọ mú ẹ wá? ó lè tún lágbára jù àwa lọ, àwa la gbọ́dọ̀ lágbára jù wọ́n lọ. in tó ń pè ní Fúlàní nìyẹn. Fúlàní ló ní government, wọ́n kàn ń lo stooge ni. he wanted to try it. Ọbásanjọ́ fẹ́ attempt pé kóun lọ ṣe third term, wọ́n fún láyè. agbára ò lè sí lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. Bátìkù débẹ̀, ó ní opportunity láti continue agenda wọn. gbogbo kan ni mo lè fi sọ wọ̀ ní gbé fún, kódà bí Peter Obi bá wọlé Tinubu APC ò ní jẹ́ kó gbé fún. so ó sì máa, ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ yìí ó sì máa di dàgbàyìn náà ni. ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn àwọn ọlọ́sìn máa problem, àwọn ọkọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ dúró de tiwọn ni. ẹ jẹ́ káwa máa fi ẹ̀dùn ọkàn tiwa hàn, nítorí pé 2023 tẹ̀rín yẹn táwọn kan sọ pé wọ́n kó ilé sí 2023 ẹ kó jẹ́gbẹ̀jẹ̀gbẹ́ ló jarí, àmọ́ ni wọ́n kó ilé 2023 nonsense talk. ta ló ti sọ fún yín pé 2023 fẹ́ wáyé ẹni kí gbogbo àwọn tó náà wọ́n rí vision 2023 ìjà sì ń bọ̀ ìjà gidi láàrin PDP Labour Party àti APC àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn sì máa jà para wọn ni àwa ni káwa tètè máa pariwo síta pé fàgbáyé pé a bá wọn ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ́ because according to what we are saying America sì ń sọ pé bí a gbogbo ala fẹ́ lọ but America bá ti ń gbọ́ pé a ti blọ́ọ̀kì gbogbo títì pé kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ America bá ti rí pé a ti blọ́ọ̀kì gbogbo títì ní South West táwọn ọmọ Igbo náà ti blọ́ọ̀kì tọ̀dọ̀ tiwọn àwọn ọmọ Igbo kólúkàlùkù ti blọ́ọ̀kì gbogbo region ẹ̀ then America máa mọ̀ pé yes lótìtọ́ lódodo àwa kan fẹ́ òmìnira bọ̀kẹ́ wá sọ òmìnira náà ẹ wá fẹ́ sọ di àwàdà kẹ́ríkẹ́rì àwa tẹ̀ sọ di àwàdà kẹ́ríkẹ́rì a fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá nation a fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá nation yìí a fẹ́ sọ di àwàdà kẹ́ríkẹ́rì lórí social media torí pé nǹkan tó dùn lẹ fi máa gbọ́. àwa ń dúró àwa ṣẹ̀ wá ń dúró pé ọlọ́run gan á máa kọ̀ wò wá pé láàrin wọn ẹni máa kú pàdé ẹni máa pa ni bó ṣe wà yẹn gbogbo àwọn politician yẹn wọ́n ń dẹra wọn ni bó ṣe wà yẹn and you don't even know the agenda between the three of them that's what you don't even understand what politics tẹ́ wọn play kò ń ṣe politics tíyàn lè sọ pé nǹkan báyìí you cannot predict them Peter Obi lè máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún Àtíkù bó ṣe wà yẹn ó dẹ̀ lè máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún Tinubu Àtíkù lè máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún Tinubu bó ṣe wà yẹn Tinubu lè máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún Àtíkù. You don't know this agenda of these criminals. They are all criminals. They are all criminals. So if you think that you can predict any of these politicians, you can't. Many have been brainwashed by the politicians. So Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ wọ́n pè léni Ìbàdàn ó ń bọ̀ lọ́la. Election will never be the same in Nigeria because the first one was rigged. Yeah, they're all birds of the same feathers. The first one was rigged. They're all real criminals. Àwọn criminals ẹ̀lẹ́yìn wá ń dúró dè pé kọ́ wá fix in Nigeria. You want criminals to come and fix Nigeria. How? Tell me how are they going to fix Nigeria? Ọ̀nà wo ló fẹ́ fi gbà fix Nigeria? Báwo ló ṣe máa fix Nigeria? Wá sọ fún wa o. Okay, tí Tinubu bá débẹ̀, ó máa kọ́ àwọn tó lọ́pọlọ. Ó máa assemble àwọn tó lọ́pọlọ. Wọ́n wá máa bá yín fix Nigeria. Wọ́n máa tó Nigeria. Economy Nigeria wá strong. Pẹ̀lẹ́ ọ̀dẹ̀. Tí Àtíkù bá débẹ̀ ó máa assemble àwọn youth tí Peter Obi bá débẹ̀ ó máa lọ sí a ní àlè jẹ́ kankan náà báwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta débẹ̀ pé a sì máa bèrè the same thing náà ni because kò lè sí unity láàrin wa there is no unity among us gbogbo wa kàn live in denial kò sífẹ̀ẹ́ láàrin àwa gbogbo ẹ̀yà tó ń bẹ ní Nàìjíríà à nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wa so kí ló wá ń bára wa tanra wa fún. And this is the reason why the rally that has been called is not a joke. Ẹ má ká fi mú bí eré. Àwọn tó wà ní òkè ọya tó bá lè máa bọ̀ nílé ẹ máa bọ̀ nílé. We are saying that continuously. It will get hot. in the process. But everybody's looking at each other. And nobody can stop the Yoruba nation. That's a fact. So if anybody tells you, I'ma stop Yoruba nation, they can't stop it. You cannot stop Yoruba nation. In a journey, to them are completed. Okole mani orishirishi, but it's gonna be finished. I say good morning and welcome. It is now 8:43 a.m. in a Monday, December 19. Very soon we'll get signal. Well, I'm more at one head lossy Ogbomoso. Along my bar situation. Found and roll up. Our mama say, Imobata wa le ṣe. Ẹ jáde. Tá bá sọ fún mi pé kẹ́ má jáde, ó kù sí yín lọ́wọ́. Ẹ jókòó sínú ilé ńgbà yẹn. Ká máa retí pé a fi gba Yorùbá nation lórí social media.
They drink, they fornicate, they do all the things that all human beings do. So it's not a question of religion. There's no question of anybody being truly a Muslim there. You know, even I knew a chief judge who was supposed to be leading Muslim prayers, who anytime he came to me in my official residence, would put brandy or whiskey in a mug and be drinking, and they will smoke and all that. So I don't think it's religion. When they started this Sharia, how many of them are obeying the Sharia? How many of them? No, not none of their leaders. So it's not religion per se, but they use religion to deceive people and say Hausas were not Muslims at all. So they say, well, let's give you a superior religion, we'll give you Islam. But that didn't apply to the South, because we've had Muslims in Yoruba land even before 14th century.
So truly what we are fighting against, or what is going on, is clash of culture.
And civilizations.
And civilizations.
That's right.
Not really the Fulani versus the Igbo or the Fulani versus the Yoruba.
No.
It's clash of civilizations.
Yes, clash of civilizations and clash of cultures. Yes, you're right.
That means we have not really integrated as a people.
Never. We have never been.
So the word the Nigerian people is a fallacy. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because, again, in those days, you will say there have always been Igbo markets, Hausa markets in Enugu. There have always been Sabos in Shagamu. But those Sabos were occupied by Hausas. Hausas are peaceful people. We traded in Kola North. We did even the few Fulanis that came with them at that time, when you had a Sabo in Shagamu or in Ibadan here, they would still look for one Fulani man and make him their Seriki.
How did the Hausa accept
they were subdued. They were subdued.
Despite their large number.
Yes, they were subdued. Of course, they killed, they ruined, they extirpated their 7 kingdoms. They killed their 7 rulers and took over under the guise of religion. Another thing they used, they used the word corruption. Oh, your people are corrupt. We are saints. Your people are corrupt. They've always used the word corruption to deceive people.
But the jihad is over. How come the Hausa man is yet to claim that Hausaness again?
It's just now that the efforts we are making in the South have begun to yield fruits. You will be surprised to hear that now in Hausa land, we now have Hausa Christians. Never had that before. Never. You now have Middle Belt Forum that are saying we are not Northerners, we are Middle Belters. We are not Northerners. Don't call us Northerners. Now, when you see a Jukum man or you see a Lantan man and you say you are Hausa or you are Fulani, he will be angry. He may even draw his dagger. Don't call me Fulani. I'm not Fulani. I'm not Hausa. What we did not know until recently is that when you call a Fulani man Hausa, he will be angry. He will say Banzani. Because he knows that I'm superior to Hausa. How can you say I'm Hausa? But before now, before Buhari came to establish his suzerainty over Nigeria, we lumped all of them together. We're Northerners. And like I wrote some 4 years ago, there's no North. There's no North that we used to know. The North is dead. There's nothing called North anymore.
So there's a Fulani now standing on his own.
It's standing on its own. There's no more North. If they try any war today, oh God of mercy, the kind of cohesion you had in the army, the military in 1966, will never happen again in this country, if there is a country at all. You will not find a Hausa soldier now, an Igbo soldier going to Enugu to kill a fellow Igbo. You will not even find an Igbo soldier coming to Ibadan to kill a Yoruba man, or a Yoruba soldier going to Enugu to kill an Igbo man. It will not happen again. So the Lantan people, the Benue people will never, ever allow themselves to be used by any Fulani mischief maker.
So if I'm getting you right, your argument is that the Fulani hegemony has been broken.
Dead.
If the Fulani hegemony has been broken,
yes,
does it mean that the social structure of Nigeria is about to witness a very hard hit that will lead to a new Nigeria?
Yes, for those who I agree with you to the extent of the fact that there are still some people who want a Nigeria, a group that I don't belong to. But for such people, yes, with the weakening of Fulani hegemony, there could be a Nigeria that will integrate the Soba Fulanis, the town Fulanis, and still reconstruct, rebuild, and then have a Nigeria that should be. But I, as a person, as Tola Adeni, believe that it will take probably 1,000 years to change the mindset of a Fulani person whose philosophy is kill, maim, rape, send away people from their land and let me occupy it.
That is the bush Fulani.
It is the bush Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
And the town Fulani is more in number.
No! The town Fulani is less than 1%.
How did you get that figure?
Oh, go and find out. Let them allow a sense. What are the town Fulani? They're very few. The ones who have in Abuja. Or the few that dot spaces in Sokoto. I'm sure that that Sokoto, as we speak, is not a Fulani town.
Is it not?
No, that's a mistake we make. Zamfara is not a Fulani town. There are more houses in Zamfara than Fulani. There are more houses in Kano than Fulani.
But the Fulani govern.
They are in town. They are in charge.
Yes, so it's their town.
Yes. By subterfuge, by cunning, by crookedness, by all sorts of gimmickry.
Or by integration.
Not integration, by intimidation. And I said they are politically savvy. What they did to the rest of Nigeria, when they realized that the Fulani in the military, they could no longer use the military to retain power indefinitely. Since they've had power, they had access to the treasury, they say, oh yes, Edmond is from the east, or wherever, brilliant man. He may likely oppose us and contest with us and rival us. Let's make him an ambassador. Let's give him an oil block. Let's make him a billionaire. We padlock his mouth. Let's get an Abiola. Make him a billionaire. Let's get this. Let's get that. And make them big. They will never be able to look us in the face. Then we can continue. Looting the treasury. We can continue. And once when we are in control of the treasury, we are in control of everywhere. So we can hire thugs. We can do whatever we would like. And that is why they introduced what I call plutocracy into Nigerian political etymology. Plutocracy.
Meaning?
Plutocracy is the government of the rich.
Yeah.
Oligarchy is the government of the muscle men.
Okay, we are now almost 2 hours into the section. We take about a few calls and then we'll probably end it before 10 o'clock as I get ready for the Star Radio UK this morning section. We would give you opportunity to also speak to us. Once again, a very good morning and welcome to the transmission. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. As we are now in that rally mode, let us continue to encourage our people to come out for the rally. Let us continue to advise them that rally is also the most important way to force the country called Nigeria out. Nino rally, when the rally gets the numbers of people that we want, then we will also understand that the country called Nigeria will start to feel the impact of why we say we don't want to be Nigeria anymore. But Emma saw the awada keri and expect just to give the country. Nobody's going to give you this country like that. For those of you that think that you're just going to get the country like that, nobody's going to give it to you. Whether you are for one person or not for one person is not the issue. We need everybody now to fold their t-shirt so that we can leave Nigeria and get the hell out quickly. We're now the 19th day, which is just if we get the numbers out in 12 days, a lot of our quest for taking our country back will happen. It's been a great outing on Saturday. We see how it's going to go today. Then we look at it up to Thursday, and then so on and so forth. But if everybody just sit back and you're waiting just for people like us to come out and talk to you, we will do so. But in the long run, what we need more now is those of us back home. Àwọn tó ti ń jáde, we cannot ask you for anything more than say thank you so much. But àwọn tó kù tí wọ́n líkì mọ́lé, freedom. I face stop a lot of things to go wrong for 62 years. A lot of things that should have been put in place. If we are not out in our millions and shut down from the government parastatals, then nobody is going anywhere. Tèbí torí pé wọ́n rí títì rìn sí ni wọ́n ṣe ń débi iṣẹ́. Tèbí torí pé wọ́n rí títì sí ni wọ́n ṣe move goods from point A to point B. Nígbà tí ọba ráyè move goods látèkó wá sí other state. Tí other state láti Kwara tá jẹ́ kó move kankan wá sísàlẹ̀, then the world will understand the language. and we will be able to defend ourselves. It's not a one-man job, but the truth will be on this platform. The world is waiting for us. Àwa là ń slow down money sin. Àwọn tó ń dá wa dúró nísìn, àwa nìkan là ń dára wa dúró, kò sí ọ̀kan tó ń dá wa dúró mọ́. Àwa là ń dára wa dúró. And when we are ready, we will come out. When we are ready, we would come out. It's as simple as that. So, bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí o. I'll be back hopefully as we get signal later on. We're going to end the broadcast. I say very good morning for the morning broadcast. Be rest assured that koikimedia will be on later on today as well. Mo kí gbogbo wa níbikíbi tẹ́ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa tí ẹ ti gbọ́ wa ní àárọ̀ yìí. Let us remember that freedom is not going to be on the social media. We need to show them on the ground. If you can do anything to get our people on the ground with whatever you can give them, let's fire on. We have been given a date already since last week to come out. It is not all the state yet, but I'm sure that all state would activate itself very soon as well. But for the time being, before all the state, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe àwọn state tí wọ́n ní ká lọ, ẹ jẹ́ ká débẹ̀. We need to come out as quickly as possible. Have a very good morning. Bye for now.